Hey guys, I'm the Burke and I do things, and today is going to be my makeup inventory update. So we will be going over how my inventory of all my makeup changed within the last quarter, what I used up, what came into my life. I have everything sitting in front of me right here. And on top of that, we will compare each category to how they looked a year ago at the beginning of 2023. I don't know about this setup I'm in right now. I'm just in the corner of a room, so there's an outlet in the background. I've been enjoying filming on the floor a lot more than filming at a table, like sitting and talking at a table. So we're trying something new. The cats are just on their zoomy level right now. So like literally they're about to pounce. So I don't know if they'll be making appearances throughout this video, but if you guys are interested in hearing the updates on my makeup inventory and comparing it to where it was a year ago, then keep on watching. Let's go. I will say I didn't know like actual makeup decluttering in the last year. I know a lot of people like to do it annually, but I like to do it when it feels like I'm ready to go through and clean it out. Luigi. And I felt like I had done such a big clean out the year before and over that summer that I just was enjoying the size of my collection. So definitely I think more came in than went out this year. However, I think if you watch my makeup empties video, I did finish 41 products. So I did have some movement this year, but anyway, I'm just rambling. Let's get on with this. So I do have my inventory spreadsheet sitting in front of me. For the first category, which is bronzers, I did not have any change in the last quarter. So we're starting this year with 17 bronzers. Compared to a year ago, I also had 17 bronzers in my collection. So there's been no change in that number over the last year. The next category is blush. And I did use up one blush at the end of last quarter, and that is from ColourPop, and that is their blush stick in the shade Hooked. This took me all year focusing it in my project pan to finish up, but it was probably my biggest makeup accomplishment of last year. So I ended the year with 44 blushes in my collection. Compared to a year ago, I had 39 in my collection. So I did increase my entire inventory of blushes by 5 this year, which honestly, considering how I feel like blush is one of those categories that I'm always interested in the releases, I feel like 5 for me. I'm pleased with my blush, especially because I used a full size up too. The next category in my collection is highlighters. I did not have any change in that this last quarter. So I'm starting this year with 15 highlighters in my collection. In comparison, I also started 2023 with 15 in my collection. I'm pretty sure these 15 are the same 15 from the year before. I don't think there was any movement in that category. I do have one in my project pan right now, which I'm hoping will be gone by the end of this year. The next category in my collection is face palettes, and I did not have any change in the last quarter. So I'm starting this year off with 19 face palettes in my collection. Similar to highlighters, I also started last year with 19 in my collection, so there was no change in that category. The next category is eyeshadow palettes, and I did not have any new eyeshadow palettes come into my collection this past quarter. So I'll be starting this year with 39 palettes. Compared to a year ago, I only had 34 palettes, meaning I did again bring 5 palettes into my collection this year, but I am fairly certain these were all like smaller kinds of palettes, nothing extravagantly large. Similar to my eyeshadow palettes, I did not gain any new eyeshadow pans into my collection. So we will be starting this year with 407 pans of eyeshadow. Compared to a year ago, I had 382, meaning that I now have 25 more pans in my collection than I had a year ago. Eyeshadow is one of the products that I have the hardest time panning. I don't know why. I mean, I don't wear eyeshadow very frequently. I love wearing it to film, but I don't have time to do my eyeshadow typically. So I only have like 1 or 2 pans in my entire collection. The next category is foundation, and I had no change in foundation in the past quarter. So we're starting this year with 31 foundations. I am consciously trying not to bring foundations into my collection. Like, I'm trying to work through them. The one I'm currently wearing today, I have like this much left in the bottle. Like, I'm really trying to work on what I have. And similarly, a year ago, I also had 31 foundations. So between what I used up and what came in this past year, it all equaled out. I had no change in eyeshadow primers and glue in the past year. I am starting this year with 2 and also had 2 the year before, so there has been no change in my primers and eye glue situation. Concealers, I also had no change in this last quarter, so we will be starting the year with 14 concealers in my collection. Compared to a year ago, I only had 11 in my collection, so that category did increase by 3 over the last year. Setting sprays, I did have changes in this last quarter. I got a new setting spray in October and I used one up in December. So the one that came into my collection in October, I've only used like twice so far, and this is the Pacifica Glow Baby Brightening Setting Mist. I did receive this in PR from Pacifica, and it's kind of a more like, I want to say like oily primer. You shake it up to kind of like mix it together. It's very oily. I don't know if I love it yet. It definitely makes you very glowy if that's something you're looking for, but I haven't really based a decision on it. I will say it smells like a beach vacation. So that is definitely something I love about it, but it also has SPF 45. But I will say, I feel like something this glowy wouldn't really work in the summertime unless you're just wearing this as your SPF on your face maybe, and not to like hold your makeup in. So like I said, it just says brightening setting mist. It does not say like stronghold, so we'll see. And the setting mist I used up was also in my project pan, and this is the Ciate Dewy Spritz. I've mentioned before, but this is all like sediment at the bottom. It doesn't actually spray out. And this was an okay product, but not something I will be missing. So I'm starting this year with 22 setting sprays in my collection. Again, this is a number I really want to get down this year. And I actually also started last year with 22 setting sprays. So the same amount I brought in, I was able to use up in the last year. The next category is brow products. I got 2 new brow products in November because for Black Friday, I bought a set, like a beauty set from Target, and it had mascaras and brow products in it. And I have not tried the brow products that it came with yet. The first is from Pixi, and this is their brow tamer. I'm fairly certain I have gotten this product in like a Pixi set I've purchased in the past, and I really can't remember my thoughts on it. And then I also got the brow lift from e.l.f. Again, I'm looking forward to trying this product out. I just haven't gotten around to it. So I'm starting this year with 17 brow products in my collection compared to 16 a year ago. So that category increased by 1 product. The next category is eyeliners. I have no change in that category last quarter. So we're starting this year with 15 eyeliners in my collection compared to 12 a year ago. So that category did increase by 3 products. That makes sense because I was trying to really find some brown eyeliners I liked this year. The next category I have is face powders. I did not have any change in that category the last quarter. So I'm starting this year with 12 face powders in my collection compared to 14 a year ago. So I actually have decreased in that category by 2, which makes me happy because powder is one of those categories where I felt like I had a lot going on, and I've been trying to slowly whittle that down. The next category is primers, and I actually finished 3 up, 1 in October, 1 in November, and 1 in December. So I'll go over them really quick. The first one I finished up is from AOA, and this is their Wonder Skin. It's an illuminating primer. This is from Shop Miss A. It's a fine illuminating primer. It's just not something that I feel like I need in my collection anymore, and I'm glad I was able to use it up and can move on to something new. I finished the Smashbox So Chill Coconut Primer Water. Again, this one was hard for me to remember to use because Luigi is gonna be so loud right now. I never think to spray my face before starting my makeup, so this one took me forever to get through. And then finally, the Smashbox Primerizer. This is like the second, oh God. I have no idea what he just did. Is like the second or third of these I've gone through. They don't make this one anymore. They now have the Primerizer Plus, which I did receive in PR. I just haven't really gotten around to testing it out, but this is a nice moisturizing primer if you like something nice and lightweight to put on before you start your makeup. So I'm starting this year with 19 primers in my collection compared to 21 a year ago. So I was able to decrease that category again by 2 products. The next category is lipsticks, and I did not get any new lipsticks in the last quarter. So I'm starting this year with 31 lipsticks compared to 30 a year ago. So I did get 1 new lipstick in the year 2023, which I feel like is something I can applaud myself for doing. Especially because lip products, I am the worst at panning. The next category I have here is liquid lipsticks, and I did not get any new ones this past quarter. I will say I have been adding lip stains into this category because I didn't know where to fit it into my, oh, my hair is falling out, so I guess we're bringing it down. So I did not know where to fit it into my spreadsheet. So I've just been adding lip stains into the liquid lipstick category because like they're not glosses, they're not lipsticks, but they're like long lasting lip products. So they've just been going in with the liquid lipsticks. So this year I'm starting with 26 liquid lipsticks in my collection, which really that category is probably something that needs to get decluttered soon. Just like go through and see what is even still good because everything's so old compared to 23 a year ago. So that category did increase by 3, which makes sense because I do think I bought 3 lip stains this past year. The next category is lip glosses, and I do have one that I received in PR from Lottie London, and this is their Oil Slick Nourishing Lip Oil. I haven't gotten to try this yet. Life has been hard to get around to trying things, but yeah, I did get this. It smells good. I have smelled it. That's about as far as I've gotten with it. Has like a candy smell. Can't speak much to it other than that. So we're starting this year with 39 lip glosses, which is definitely my biggest lip category. And I was gonna say, this is the category that probably increased the most. I started last year with 33 lip glosses, meaning I have increased that category by six products. The next category is lip liners. That category did not change over the last quarter, so I'm starting this year with 12 lip liners compared to 11 a year ago, so I did get one new lip liner this year. Now, this category has changed the most this past year, the last one, and that is mascaras. I got 5 new mascaras in November because I said I got that kit from Target. I used 3 up in November and 1 in December, so there's just a pile of mascaras in front of me. Okay, I'm definitely missing one. All right, let's start with the 5 I brought in, and then I can figure out what's going on here. Right now, I'm wearing the e.l.f. Lash and Roll. I forgot to bring it down. I'm doing a fantastic job at this. I like it so far. It does remind me of Benefit Roller Lash. I would say it takes more effort to build up the look I want, unlike the Benefit one, but for the price, I feel like it's worth it just because you can go through mascara so quickly. Also in that was the e.l.f. Great Lash. I'm not positive if I will wind up using this. A lot of the times my sister-in-law will ask me if I have any mascaras, and I usually just grab one that's unopened, so she might wind up with some of these, but I wanted to get the set for some of these products, and it was like cheaper because I think I paid $10 for like 5 mascaras and 2 brow products. So we'll see what happens. This one looks interesting, the Pacifica Vegan Collagen Fluffy Lash. I've never tried any Pacifica mascara. Then I have the L'Oreal Voluminous. I've never tried this one either. I don't know how. And also it came with the Maybelline Sky High, like a mini of it. This is my favorite mascara. Then I used a bunch up, but I feel like I'm missing something here. You know what? I think I finished 2 of these MAC ones up and I only have 1 here. I don't like little MAC samples, so they were terrible. And then I finished up the Milani Anti-Gravity, which I did not like, and the Huda Beauty Top Coat, which I did like, but I think it's not worth the price. So there's a lot of mascara business going on in the last quarter. So I'll be starting this year with 20 mascaras in my collection. Honestly, I think only 2 are open right now. I have a lot in my backup. I should not have bought more mascaras, but I have a problem apparently. However, I started last year with 22 mascaras, so actually that category has gone down by 2 in the past year. Probably need to be on a mascara no buy for the foreseeable future. But yeah, that was the makeup inventory for the year. I will say, compared to the 2 years, my inventory overall went up by 22 items. I don't think that's the worst. I don't think I was buying much this year. I honestly think the majority of the makeup that came into my collection in the past year was a few items I had gotten in PR. I don't know what my goals are going to be for the next year. I'm hopefully going to be starting a new series where I go over like new makeup releases that have been interesting me and what I'm using instead to like scratch that itch, so to speak. We'll see how that goes. What category do you feel like you increased and decreased the most the past year? So for me, increase was lip gloss, decrease was both face powders and primers. So yeah, that was it for this video. As usual, thanks for stopping by my channel. If you're new here, click the subscribe button and ring that bell for notifications. I have my Instagram down below. Give it a follow, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.